All right. So, now I heard that this is a really exciting time because your independent studio just completed its first three films. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we just completed. We're showing Mr. Crocket here at tonight. It's premiering. It's world premiere tonight, and then we are premiering uh, Carved uh, in a couple of weeks in LA, and we are delivering Control Freak at the end of October.
That's excellent. And yeah, Mr. Crocket, I just saw that. Amazing. And to that end, I was kind of curious what about the that project, which of course started life as a short film, kind of spoke to you as far as including this in your first three films.
I think it just it was incredibly commercial. Uh, I built this model of going from short films to features, and it was sort of this big funnel. We scout about um, 300 filmmakers at the beginning of the year, narrow it down to 150 to pitch. Each one pitches four short films, so we listed like 600 pitches, and then make 20 of them. And then from those, from each season of 20 shorts, we then go on to maybe develop three or four features, feature scripts, of which maybe we produce two. So it's sort of this narrowing down. And right from the start, when Brandon came in and pitched the shorts, it just was a very kind of fun commercial idea. It's a popcorn, as is Carved. It's a entertaining horror. With a slightly comedic. Whereas Control Freak is, sort of a psychological drama that has a monster in it. So it becomes, a genre film by dint of the monster, but it's really a sort of a study of somebody's mental breakdown. Uh, yeah.
Hmm.
Whereas Crocket is it's a children's show host who is coming to get you.
Yeah, and it's such a simple but really effective premise, and it's interesting what you were saying about pitching because I had this a little bit down the line, but this is sort of a two-part question for you. What would you say is the ingredient for pitching a great horror film, and also what is it specifically that you look for when finding a project?
I mean, we first of all we look for a filmmaker who is just at the right um, uh, uh, moment in their career where they've got a couple of shorts maybe under their belt. They've been performing at a high level as an editor or as a DP or as a writer. They kind of are uh, ready to take a step up. And then what we're listening for. I mean, the first consideration is are they at the right moment? Because we don't really go for creatives who have already accomplished a lot. Those are more the domain. When Worthen Brooks was 20th Digital or Fox Digital Studio before that, the sophomore, and more mature directors were the domain of Searchlight or 20th or FX, FXP, and we sort of had a sole focus on um, freshmen, basically. And so, first ingredient is, are they at the right moment? Have not just in the sense of have they got enough under their belt, but also have they got too much under their belt? So that's the first consideration. I hope you can make what I've just described more concise. And then a second consideration is, can this short tell a story in as short as 2 minutes, as long as 10? Can it deliver basically a taste of what this larger world is going to be, what the threat is in the world, what the rules of the world are, and then if we feel like those two conditions are getting met, we commission the shorts, and then watch how the short is, sort of observe. We support the filmmaker, but also are interested to see how they perform, and if it feels like great creative execution, great a professional working relationship, then we go on to develop a script, and then the elements that we're looking for in the script are I would say 8 to 15 good set pieces in it, and a kind of a compelling narrative that takes us, from one end to the other.
Yeah, that's great. And so now, just pivoting back to Mr. Crocket, I was kind of curious if, like, growing up, you ever had like a weird kind of like kids show that was maybe slightly like Uncanny Valley that kind of, reminded you of this specific project.
I did not. Because I didn't grow up under the influence of American TV. I have missed out on an awful lot of rich culture, but my colleagues, I've learned to listen to them when they go, "Oh wow, that's just like blah blah blah," and so no, there wasn't anything. There wasn't anything really weird like this. I mean, as kids, we used to get Czechoslovakian animation that was really badly dubbed,
Mm.
which that was unsettling. But there was no creepy host in it. It was just it was the kind of dubbing. It was very rudimentary. It was the kind of dubbing where you could hear the Czechoslovakian behind the English, and then the English translation was just kind of unsettling in somehow.
Oh,
That's the
nice.
closest I get to this. Yeah.
That's great. Now, it seems like I probably have time for one more question, but
Sure.
I would love to know, like, your studio. Are they going to be primarily devoted to horror, or are you going to dabble in a variety of genres?
Well, we have this very specific focus on genre, on horror, and I think that we're going to stick to it. But having said that, there's other projects that are coming in, that would that we're going to do. But really, what we're other projects coming in that have been generated elsewhere that we're really just going to execute production on. But what we're really focused on in generating is new horror ideas from new voices. With continuing the legacy that that I set up at the digital studios when they were under Fox and Disney.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. It looks like we're just at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but thank you so much again. And I really look forward to Carved, and Mr. Crockett is awesome, and Control Freak. I'm sure that's going to be awesome as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. So, okay, shit. Right. Take a deep breath. Everything's fine. Oh, bitch, come on. Okay. Okay. Oh, 510. Okay. Right.